Ooh, should we watch how gambling quietly runs the NBA? I did hear about I think it was this season. A couple of people got like fired, like a head coach and a player and shit. They were fucking sports gambling with the mob or some shit like that. Maybe yeah, we'll watch this one.
May
Is this about
14,
that?
2000.
Oh, 2018. Oh, this came out a month ago. Ooh, this might mention it.
2018. On this day, the U.S. Supreme Court legalized sports betting, a nationwide ban that
Bro,
was in.
that is crazy that it only became legal in 2018. I live in Australia and we fucking love gambling. Oh, it's really bad.
place for 26 years, gone out of nowhere. And ever since then, the floodgates have opened.
God damn. Can I be a bit what's it? Can I be a bit controversial here? It's bad, you know. Sports gambling is bad. I think it would be a much better, like, the sports would be much healthier if sports betting was illegal. It is fun. I love doing it, but I also love doing a lot of stupid shit that is illegal. And I don't do it because it's legal, you know? Damn.
Nobody talks about how significant this moment truly was. It has completely changed the landscape of sports, for far worse than better.
Yeah, that's
And
facts.
while every major sport has felt its effects, the NBA in particular seems to be the center of this problem. To what extent is this organization actually legitimate? How much longer can we turn a blind eye to all the controversy?
Bro, like, you already have motherfuckers saying that the umpires are in the pocket of, like, fucking the, like, the games are rigged and all that shit. Giving them such an easy incentive, like, you don't even have to be the multi-million-dollar player. Like, the umpires that get, like, decent paid, but fucking they control everything. Like, you could be an umpire getting, like, fuck it, like, let's say a massive $300,000 a year, which I don't think. How much do they make? Damn, they get per game. Oh, I guess there's a lot more games than normal sports. Yeah. So it's about, so 500,000 plus. So you get 500,000 plus a year. If someone comes up to you, hey, maybe call a bit more heavier in favor of this team, you know? Here's a quick fucking 2 mil. You want to earn 4 years worth of work in one game? Motherfuckers are taking that, you know?
And how much of what we're watching is actually real? This has been happening for a long time, with the first major basketball incident back in 1951. 32 players across 7 colleges were caught in a massive betting scandal. The ones who made it to the NBA were permanently banned. The consensus #1 pick never even got to play. But what's interesting is the method by which they were cheating. You see, they never bet on individual points, or whether they would lose the game. They bet on the margin of victory. This strategy is more intricate and clever than a lot of the betting scandals we've seen in the modern era. They never even raised any suspicions. The only reason why they did get caught was because this guy refused a $1,000 bribe and basically snitched on everyone. All of this was back in 19...
Dude, what the fuck? They weren't betting on who would win or lose. They were betting on the margin. I feel like that makes it so much harder. How the fuck... How many players do you have to have in on it for it to work? Like, fuck.
1951.
That guy's the GOAT for refusing it.
Secret that NBA players love
integrity.
Do you have a gambling problem?
No, I enjoy it. It's a hobby.
Kobe Bryant bet $500,000 on a free throw in a random game. Charles Barkley lost $20 million in casinos. And the great Michael Jordan, well, he didn't even try to hide it. But why are these multimillionaires so obsessed with gambling? Many of these guys already hit the genetic jackpot. And the main reason why most people gamble is to make easy money. but most NBA players already
Bruh.
have generational.
Yeah, what? I don't get why people gamble when they're multimillionaires. I understand as someone who's broke why I gamble. I want to win a fucking 2 weeks worth of pay. That, like, so I can fucking go out and party. Like, you got $30 million in the bank. You're not, what the fuck? You don't need anything, bro. What are you doing?
Well, even the 10th
The
man
odds
on
are not in your
bench
favor,
has
you
a
just-
lot of zeros in his bank account. The truth is, it's not about the money. You see, professional athletes' brains are wired differently from the average person.
Brain
Number
broken.
one, they're competitive, hyper competitive.
They're trying to beat the casino. Oh, that's so stupid.
To the point where their constant drive to win a
That's so
competition
funny.
tends to bleed off the court and onto the blackjack table.
Damn.
Number
They're
two,
dumb.
They have a
That's
higher risk tolerance. Basically means
That's
how
so
comfortable
funny.
you are with the idea of losing money. These guys have been in high pressure situations all their life. Their brains are used to high adrenaline environments, and so gambling serves to alleviate the boredom. Number three, they are blindly optimistic. They're in the top 0.1% of
Webby.
humans. They've already beaten the odds, and so they feel like they can do it again, and again, and again. In an ironic twist of fate, the same traits that make them world-class athletes also make them very prone to gambling. In
So
fact,
funny.
studies have shown that athletes are 3 times more likely to have a gambling problem than the average person. Put a bunch of hyper-competitive people together, fill their pockets with millions.
I reckon also because gambling is so like synonymous with sports, like if you're constantly surrounded by advertisements of gambling and like, oh, like half the conversations you have are people talking about, oh, it's paying $2 for you to score 20 points. Do you think you're going to be able to score 20? Like, oh, you guys are versing these guys? Well, the odds say that you're likely to lose. Like, they're just constantly being fucking shot in their face saying, oh, gamble, gamble, gamble.
And you'll get exactly what you would expect. Speaking of gambling, some of you might have noticed that I don't do any gambling ads, or really any sponsorships at all. So if you love the videos I'm producing and are in a position to support, I have started a paid community. Not
Hey,
only
shut
will I
up.
help keep this channel independent, but 20% of donations will also go to a charity every month with the proof
Oh,
of
that's fucking
receipt.
sick, man.
Now back to the video.
This guy's the GOAT. What the hell?
What happens when players bet on themselves? Think about it. Every game there are
Is it
odds
illegal?
given based on what you as an individual will do on the court. You directly influence other people's money. You control the odds. It's not a surprise that some athletes will fall into this temptation. And this is exactly what happened with Terry Rozier and Jonte Porter. Around 2 years ago, sportsbooks flagged some suspicious activity. There were massive bets on unders for a bench player, too massive to be a coincidence, especially
Unders.
since Porter left early and all the bets won. This prompted
is
an
fucked.
investigation, and all of a sudden, a bunch of clips started popping up that showed some weird behavior from him, hitting a 3 and looking annoyed.
Yeah. Bro, that's the thing. Like, it's a lot easier to gamble that you're going to do bad than do good. If you bet on yourself doing good, what if you don't? Like, if you bet on yourself doing bad, you're going to do bad. Like,
claiming injury when nothing happened, and avoiding a rebound directly towards him, which nobody ever does. He pleaded guilty and is now banned for life. Terry Rozier did the
that's
same thing.
rough.
Massive bets under his name out of nowhere, faking injuries and seemingly throwing on purpose. Although his case is still going on, the evidence is so strong that it's hard to say he's not guilty. But strangely enough, we've already seen this behavior long before. Not from a bench warmer or a fringe role player, but from one of the greatest players of all time.
Oh, shit.
Looking inside. 2 seconds. 1 second. And they don't get it off. Harris steals the ball and the Celtics call a timeout with 3 seconds to play. And Magic Johnson didn't have anywhere to go with it. Magic Johnson.
Is this confirmed?
The Lakers trying to cut it to 1. And he loses it.
Now, of course, anyone can have a bad couple of games, But this is Magic Johnson we're talking about. For someone of his caliber to be making mistakes such as these,
Is this
is
confirmed? What
very
the fuck?
unlikely.
I didn't know anything
All
about
of these
this.
moments are
That's
eerily similar
crazy.
to what John T. Porter was doing, if not even worse. He was already a two-time champion at this point, the best player in the world and the face of the...
I don't know. Should I watch a video on Magic Johnson? I said it in the previous video. I started watching NBA this playoffs because of Wemby and the Spurs and how crazy their game's been. So trying to get into it. I don't know any of the history really. I know like the basics like LeBron and Kobe and shit like that. But if you have any videos recommended for me about like the history and like previous players and like previous GOATs, send them in.
league. It doesn't make sense for the pressure to have gone to him of all people. And this play in particular just doesn't look right to me. The general consensus is that he just choked, and there isn't any evidence that suggests he was doing some illegal gambling. But it's not like Magic was some morally righteous man. Maybe it was just nerves. Maybe the moment got to him. Or maybe there's more to this than what meets the eye. But the worst of this gambling problem doesn't come from the players. It comes from the referees.
That's what I was
After nearly
saying.
every game,
Fuck the
you're gonna
refs.
see a bunch of fans saying the game was rigged. And 95%
Hey,
of
hey,
the time,
hey. I just watched the fucking Spurs versus Thunder. That shit was rigged. That shit was fucking rigged. What was his name? Fucking... There was one umpire, which every game he was umpiring, the Thunder won. Every game he wasn't, it was a beautiful game. There wasn't many fucking bullshit calls. And the Spurs won. So, MVP of the Thunder... That umpire guy, I forgot his name. I'll put it up on screen,
it's
maybe.
because their team lost. But people aren't throwing accusations around
Still
for no
5%.
reason. We know for a fact that referees have rigged matches before. In 2007, Tim Donaghy pleaded guilty for fraud and insider betting. Interestingly enough, he didn't directly rig games like people think the refs do. Instead, he looked at team matchups, knew which refs liked which players, and made very small calls that would never draw suspicion. In fact, the FBI was actually planning on wiring him up to potentially expose others. But coincidentally, the story was leaked right before they could. A leak that potentially saved the entire NBA. But there's a lot of murky details in his story, and Tim Donaghy himself makes some pretty wild claims.
So they're basically telling you to give Kobe an advantage and people that were covering him a disadvantage in a way.
Exactly. I know I remember the guy's name. His name was Raja Bell. Yeah, well, David Stern's a little fat stuttering prick, and there's no doubt that everything that he did and said was a complete lie.
Yeah, the league scored a championship in 2002, but they won't do it tonight. That's right. Sacramento Kings are lock.
Some may view these as the ramblings of a disgruntled man, while some may see it as a man who has nothing to lose. But the one thing that bothers me is that the NBA pretends like it was just him, the only referee who was corrupt, the only referee in history who did illegal things. But we know there are more out there. There were some in the past, there will be some in the future, and there are some among us right now.
Among
Sports
us.
betting only became legalized because it was made illegal in 1993. The reason why? To protect the integrity of sports and prevent corruption. In fact, all the major sports leagues supported this law, and now it seems like everyone forgot why it was banned in the first place.
Fucking, I blame Trump. Of course it was Trump. Fucking.
It feels like people don't even take it seriously anymore. That it's just a fun way to pass the time. But there is no
That's
addiction
fucked up,
that
man.
bleeds your finances, like gambling.
Yeah.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you will never make more money than them. You are not going to beat the house. Take
Yeah.
that money and
He
put
right.
it towards something real.
He right.
Yourself, your loved ones, or anything with actual value. There's
Yeah,
a
that's
reason you
facts.
always hear about a gambler's wins, but never their losses.
Yeah. I don't know, he says that, but all of my boys are up. Like every single one of my boys. They sports bet and stuff, and they're all of them are up. None of them have lost money. It's kind of crazy. I guess we're the exception. Yeah, it's weird how it works like that.
Remember the Terry Rozier scandal I mentioned earlier? there's some important info that doesn't seem to get mentioned. The bets made under his name were already flagged, way back in 2023, yet no investigation was launched until the FBI got involved. Their statement is that they investigated themselves and shockingly found nothing illegal. This basically confirms that they were trying to sweep this under the rug, which makes you wonder, what has been swept under the rug? If this got out, what never did? Back in 2014, an article was advocating for sports betting in the NBA. It argued that people were going to find ways to bet illegally, so it would be better to just fully allow it. And the man who wrote this article
That's the
was none
dumbest
other
shit.
than
Like,
Adam Silver, the commissioner of the
like,
NBA.
damn, that's bad. Yeah, making stuff harder to do and illegal stops people from doing it. That's just like a fact. Like, yeah, that's silly. Bruh. Oh, good video, good video. This guy's got some bangers.